listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host,
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing in Florida where the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper. So I'm fishing in Florida. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
I gotta laugh. I gotta laugh. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. I know that you, on the other side of the microphone, heard what happened just a few moments ago. I am not kidding you when I tell you I do a dry run every time before we get on the air. And son of a gun, here we are on the air. And the same thing happened last night. I do a dry run. And excitement, ladies and gentlemen. What more could you expect from the Fish Florida Show? Good morning to you out there. Thank you for joining us. It is a gorgeous morning here in South Florida. I have with me this morning Pam Worth. She is one of the top female kayak anglers. She always brings such a unique perspective to the table. Thank you so much for calling in, Pam. And good morning to you.
My pleasure.
What's it look like over there?
Well, it's beautiful. To be honest, I wish I was on the water. Don't take that wrong. We have a tiny bit of fog, a tiny bit, but it kind of gives that mystery look over the water. I have a little lake behind me and barely a breeze. It would be a day to be throwing topwaters right now.
Wow. Well, let's see. I looked up the interactive radar for Florida. There seems to be some activity happening around up around the Apalachicola area and east of Jacksonville, but down in the southern portion of the state, we are absolutely clear. There's nothing going on. The marine forecast says that they're expecting winds 10 to 15 knots, seas around 2 feet. There's a slight chance of showers. The weather forecast said. This is where we have a conflict. The weather forecast said here in South Florida, we're looking at the possibility of up to 40% chance of showers sometime around 11 noon as things begin to heat up and the heat rises, and between it and the humidity that we get off the ocean, we're looking at the possibility of showers. So if you're going to get out, I do the earlier the better today. Anyway, we got a great lineup of people. We're going to have Robert on here in a few minutes. He's with the Florida Fisherman magazine. We're going to have Tony on. Tony's an underwater photographer. I'm going to have a few of his pictures on the Facebook page. Amazing. I don't know how he gets so close to these fish. It's almost like he's literally right there, could touch the fish. Betty Bauman has an exciting, something very exciting she wants to share with us this morning, an announcement, as well as Captain Niel Holland with Ocean Aide 360, another exciting announcement from him. And then at the end, we'll have the one and only Angelia Swanson. Angelia is down there in the Keys, and those of you who have been listening for a while know that we used to have someone down in the Keys that would give us a fishing report from the Keys kind of on a regular basis. They're no longer doing that. They're no longer in that business, actually, and I was sad to hear that, but I'm very, very honored and pleased and happy to have Angelia join us, kind of join the group and give us a fishing report from the Keys. So we'll have an updated fishing report not only from the Keys area, but all along the East Coast here. Between Robert and Angelia, we will have just about the whole East Coast covered. And then we have the West Coast. We have Pam on the West Coast, who does a stupendous job out there, and always grateful for what she does. So any fishing last week?
Thank you. Yes, I did. I went fishing. Excuse the expression, I killed it. I was in Sarasota Bay because I wanted to check it out. Now, it was hit very badly by red tide. So I wanted to check it out, and I landed 3 or 4 fish that were like in their 30s. So that on Artie. So that was really good to see.
Good job.
And then I'm part of a fishing kayak club. So anybody on the West Coast, if you're interested, we meet at Bill Jackson's, and once a month we go out as a group. We call it a paddle-in, and it helps teach new members different areas of Tampa Bay where they can launch, and we, go over how to fish that area. And there again, I hit fish that were 28 and 30. So it was a great weekend for me. Well, this weekend, not so much. I went night fishing and dropped my phone in. So that's a whole nother story.
What is it with girls and dropping their phones in water, particularly in the toilet? I don't know how that happened. I don't even know how we're going to get on that, so forget it. Just go on.
No, that wasn't mine. We have a break coming up later on where we have to fill, and I'll go into that story. It was call me Billy Goat. We were jumping from rock to rock.
Oh, my goodness.
And I missed a rock.
Oh, did you fall? Ouch.
Flat on my earth.
Ooh, ouch. Wow.
It was not graceful. It's hysterical now, but at the time I'm like, oh my gosh.
You remind me of myself sometimes. My mind says, all right, go ahead and do it. And my body says, yeah, you try that, pal. See what happens. My mind, it hasn't aged like my body has.
I didn't know we were going to play Billy Goats, so I had shoes on that were great for standing on the bank. They were nice and padded and gave you good support. I should have switched them over, and I had shoes in the car that would have been perfect, that were a little more flexible, where you could feel the rocks, that you were walking on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not 21 anymore.
In my mind says, hey, man, you can do this, yeah. And my body says, yeah, pal, go ahead, see what happens. And
isn't there a song? Isn't there a song like that says, you're getting old when your body can't do what your mind sets out?
I don't know, but if there's not, somebody's got to write it. All right, there's a lot of ways that you can listen to us. You can find us on the app. By the way, we do have an absolutely free app. One of the things that really perturbs me is when you're online and it says it's a free download. So you download it. Then now you've got the download. Now you find out after you've downloaded it, oh, it's free to download, but you got to pay to use. No, we don't do that. Ours is absolutely free. There's no charge whatsoever. It gives you a powerful tool in the palm of your hand. Weather reports, wind reports, marine reports, a variety of different partners that are joined together. So a variety of products that you can look at. You're able to listen to the Fish Florida show live off of the app. If you don't have the app, you can go to our website, fishfloridashow.com. You can listen to it there. If you don't want to go there, you can go to our Facebook page. We have a Fish Florida show on Facebook. If you click on the Contact Us, you will listen live. If you, for whatever reason, can't do either one of those, we do have a call-in to listen only line, and that is 701-719-9704. Again, you're only going to listen. You're not going to be able to get through to us. But you can listen in case you're in an area where you may have limited data or something like that, but you've got great cell service, or you got the landline, 701-719-9704. Let me get on to Robert. Robert is going to be joining us in just a second or two. Robert is with the Florida Fisherman magazine.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm great. And yourself?
Pretty good. Go ahead, Pam.
I'm great too. Except like I said, I don't know if you heard us about me rock climbing and landing on my rear end. The guys around me were like, I wish I had a photograph of Dylan's face. I mean, it was like extreme horror.
Yeah, they were probably
worried. Are you okay?
Yourself. Yeah.
And I said, yeah, the only thing hurt is my pride.
Where were you?
I can't say. We were, let's say, a jetty, because it's kind of Dylan's little private place for snook. So
okay.
We were on a jetty.
Okay.
I just tell people.
Yeah, I just couldn't figure out where you were rock climbing in Florida. So.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we were on a jetty. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And it's not like major rocks, but you're going from, boulder to boulder, or,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I do.
So
Been there, done
turned
that.
and-
So
Robert?
I landed on the most padded part of my body. I didn't land on my rear end, so no harm,
well, I
no
suppose
foul.
that's a good thing. So yeah.
Robert,
That's my biggest asset.
any fishing this weekend, Robert? Robert, any fishing this weekend?
Oh, lots of not this weekend. I just finished the magazine, so I'm taking 2 days off, but I will be fishing next week. I'm going down to the Keys
All right.
and do some fishing. So
You going to go down there?
I get 2 weeks off now. After every magazine, I get 2 weeks off before we have to start all over again. So
Hot dog. I like those kind of hours. Gee, that's great.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
I'm also planning on doing some sight fishing for cobia here in town with Captain Patrick Price from Daymaker Charters. We're going to go out
Nice.
and do some of that here. Well, he said he's just going to call me when the days are right for that. So
Cool.
we'll go do that, and we'll give you a report on that when we do that. That should be fun. I've never done that before, so that sounds like fun to me.
Kind of explain that. Kind of explain
some
that. because
photos.
Yeah, I'm not really sight fishing. You're actually going to be looking for them?
Yeah, they come in close. They come in close to the beach certain times of the year, which is now,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
and when the water's real clear.
Okay.
And we will be doing that.
And how deep is the water that you're looking for them in?
Like 15, 20 feet.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking you're saying sightseeing, and silly me, I'm thinking out in the ocean. How the hell you going to see this fish out in the ocean?
No, sight fishing.
More
and
coffee. Somebody
they'll
give me-
swim right on the surface, so you
Okay.
can see them, and
Now it makes sense.
it's yeah.
But
But it should be fun.
Get my bucket of coffee and down some more coffee. I couldn't figure out sightseeing, sight fishing. We're going to go out, and to me, again, I'm ignorant. What can I tell you?
We'll be right along the beach. so.
Yeah, I was thinking you're out like a couple of 100 feet of water and beautiful blue water, but my gosh, and it's clear. But you were not going to see anything unless it's right up against the boat.
Yeah, no, we'll be in
They
15,
swim.
20 feet of water following the coastline of the beach just to find them. And
Sweet.
They
Yeah.
swim pretty close to the surface.
yeah, they do. Yes,
And they're
they do.
curious fish. Sometimes they'll come right up to the boat.
Really?
Yeah, and
I've
they
never
taste
had-
really good too.
yeah.
So.
I've had very limited experience with cobia. The one that sticks out in my mind is we were down in the Keys fishing one day, and I had this young kid with me. He's 17, 18 years old at the time. And he kept trying. There was this huge barracuda, and he kept going for the. I said, "Dude, you got an open bail small fish, and it's a 6-foot rod. You don't want that thing. Let's catch some because there were dolphin around. Let's catch some dolphin. Try to focus on a dolphin." And somehow he hooked into this cobia, and it literally ripped the reel apart in seconds. It was literally smoking in front of us, and within a minute, it was gone. All the line was gone off the reel. The thing, I had to throw it away. It was gone. So that's that, and a couple of other times, but that's the one that sticks out in my mind the most. If you're not ready for this thing, forget it. You're not going to win. That's why they call them. What do they call them? A torpedo? Is that the nickname for that?
Yeah, and the right equipment makes a hell of a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we got tournaments going on there, Robert?
there are, again, I don't track them, but Summer Warren does.
We'll have to have her
You
back
just go
on.
to her Facebook page, and she should have as a matter of fact, she was supposed to send me a master list, which I was going to put on the website. I will look for that and get it up as soon as
Yeah,
possible.
and I
But-
did put a list up from Peter. Peter Camarano had given me a list as
Oh,
well.
you have one?
I got a list from him about a week or so ago, and it's up on the Facebook page, so you can see that.
Okay, I'll grab that one and put that one in the website too. So
Yep.
his name's
Now,
on
you
it, so
said-
I can credit him for it.
I on the post, yes, I put
Okay.
thanks to Peter Camarano for the update. Go ahead, Pam.
I was going to say, I'm going to kind of go back to what you started with. You said that the magazine is put to bed and it's ready to be released. What are you talking about in the magazine this month?
We've got all sorts of stuff in the magazine this month. We've got some stuff from the Miami Boat Show. There was, I'm sure you saw the women's movement at the Miami Boat Show was everywhere. We got some great news. what we have been working towards is apparently working. They did a survey at the Miami Boat Show, and out of the 100% of new anglers this last 2 years, 45% are women, 42% are children 6 to 12 years old. So
Wow.
what we have been trying to accomplish is, and obviously not just us, but a lot of other people, it's working. So that's what we wanted: more women, more kids out fishing, and because of all the single moms and stuff, I think that's going to be essential in the future for the sport. So I think it's all great news. The stuff that's going on in the sport today is different than it has been probably in the last 10 years, and there's certainly some old diehards out there that aren't real happy about it, but I don't really care. So, because you either change or you die. So,
Exactly. Yeah, a bunch of my lady friends were down there. Cindy was down there, and Debbie Hayden was down there, Hanson rather.
Yeah.
She fishes
well,
too. There are a lot of my buddies.
Yeah, I got pictures of Debbie with Samantha Gay and Rosemary and the Gale Force
I love
twins.
Rosemary.
Wait a minute.
The Gale Force
wait a minute.
twins is the article in the magazine from the boat show.
The Gale
they
Force
were with
twins.
everybody. I think they found everybody while
like
they were
that.
there.
The Gale Force
Yeah,
twins.
they're amazing. Those two girls are amazing.
Yeah.
How do we get the Gale Force twins?
Oh, Amanda and Emily Gale.
Cool.
I'll talk to them.
Cool.
See if they want to come on the show.
Yeah.
They're great. We're in the process of trying to get them sponsored with a boat. They've already got their schedule out for the year. They're taking charter reservations, but they're going to be using other people's boats.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to get them hooked up with a boat sponsor. So if
Where
there's
are they
any boat
out of,
sponsors out
Robert?
there that want to make a fortune, these girls are a marketing dream.
Where are they out
I
of?
can't believe that someone hasn't jumped on this already and gotten them in one of their boats, but somebody
They're
is
young,
missing the
they're
boat.
beautiful. They're young, they're beautiful,
And-
they're confident, and they wear clothes.
Oh, my goodness.
What more could you ask for?
And they have been trained by the best captains in the business. They were trained with Fish Monster charters and two conch charters in Key West.
Wow.
They mated with these guys for a couple of years now. Worked on their boats every day. These girls know what they're doing. This is not somebody trying to cash in. These girls specifically went and got their captain's licenses. They were very specific about where they worked, who they worked with. They've done a great job, and they've got a huge future. So somebody needs to get them in a boat.
Robert, where are they out of?
They live in the Keys,
Okay.
but they fish all over. They fish all over the Keys. There was an ice fishing video from them for a couple months back when they went to Colorado.
Wow.
But they're great kids. I wish them the best, and I certainly help them any way I can because I believe in what they're doing. So
The Gale Force twins. Yeah, see if they're interested to come on and kind of share with the listeners their story. And I know it's a silly question, but I got to be clear. They are twins, right? That's why they call them the Gale Force twins?
yes, they are,
Okay.
and they're in the magazine every month. They do
Oh.
an article for us every month now.
Cool.
So you can find them in our magazine every month. They're great.
Wow.
But they're in there. There's a lot of good stuff in the magazine this month. We've got some fishing with a woman named Shannon from Montana. There's the family fishing section with Carolyn and her husband. They do an article for us every month now. It's getting better. We got people that are regular
You're
now,
expanding.
so that people can
Yeah.
follow them.
Yeah, I like it.
Which is what we've been working towards. So
I like it. That's all part of being America. That's what America's about. We start a company, we start out small, and we continue to expand to get more people involved and more people input. And as that happens, hopefully everything gets more interesting and, we attract more people. Congratulations, my friend.
well, it's been a lot of work, but we got a lot of the right people involved, and
I
it's
think-
more like a family to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
The magazine is more family-like than most, I think, because everybody seems to know each other. Everybody comments for each other. Everybody helps each other.
It's great.
It's a good group.
Wow. Well, we're up against a break. It's that time. This is what happens when we're having a good time. It just flies by. Robert, if you want to hang on, I'm going to have Tony on. I know you admire Tony greatly, and I thank you so much.
Yeah, I do. I want to say hello anyway.
Yep.
So
And
I'll
then
stay on.
I want to thank you for the introduction to Tony. It's amazing pictures. He has some very amazing pictures.
He is an outstanding photographer and a good human being. So.
Well, that's the stuff that I like. Pam, if you'll hang in there with me, my friends.
Absolutely.
My friends, don't go away. We're going to take a break, but you know what? We're not going to be gone long.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Fishing in Florida. Fish Florida. Fishing in Florida.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Grace has some pretty stellar arms, like Serena Williams good, but her face is pretty disgusting.
Someone please tell him to go back into his closet and leave us alone.
Brittany's face is so stupid and I hate her so much. It's like a scientist created her in a lab to annoy humanity and didn't even do that good of a job.
Megan reminds me of a troll doll that came to life intent on killing us with her stupidity.
Why is Grace's head so big? It definitely has nothing to do with how smart she is and probably everything to do with how bloated she is.
He's so funny. Just kidding. Who would find this disfigured flamingo funny?
Never post a selfie of yourself. You look so ugly.
The only reason you have so many views is because we think you're a freak and we can't look away.
Megan is the main reason that the world sucks so much.
I would rather get cancer than listen to another Trevor Moran song.
You are a mistake. You should have never been born.
Drown yourself in a shallow puddle, please.
Wow, I hope she's sterile.
These really stopped being funny a long time ago.
You're so much more than the things that people say about you.
Those people have no right to say cruel things to you to make themselves feel better.
It's okay that you sound different than everyone else.
That's what makes you so special.
We will not tolerate it.
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 Every day, people make me feel like I stand out simply because of the way that I look.
Every day, people make me feel small.
Every day, I face the cruel words of bullying.
And every day, people tell me that I'm brave for enduring this humiliation.
But we're not the brave ones.
It's the ones that say no to the bullying.
The witnesses.
If we all join together, there's nothing that we can't do. We will no longer be the silent majority.
When we see bullying online,
We will let the world know that we're going to take action with the eye.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
Our actions will overpower cruel words.
I am a witness.
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 There is power in words.
But it's nothing compared to the power of the actions that we put behind our words.
Visit eyewitnessbullying.org to learn more.
I am a witness, and so are you.
I'm gonna stand by you.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We have ignition. Strap in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing in Florida. When the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper. Stop fishing in Florida. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the Fish Florida Show. Every Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m., we try to make it interesting for you so that you spend a couple of hours with us, and by the time it's over, you're entertained, you're informed, you have a little bit of an idea what's going on around us with regards primarily to fishing. We do a couple of other things, but primarily to fishing. One of the other things that I like to do is get people who are under the water because they have a unique perspective as well. Most of us who are fishing, like me, we're fishing on top of the water. We're fishing either from the shore or on a boat or something of that nature. People who are down inside the water, they get to see things that we don't. And one of the things that I like to do is bring people on, whoever I can find, that can tell us about what they're seeing up under that water down there. And one of the people that has been kind enough to do that is Tony Ludovico. He is a professional photographer. I have a couple of his pictures on the Facebook page. If you go to Facebook and look up the Fish Florida Show, you will find some of his pictures located there. Amazing stuff. I don't know how he gets so close to these fish. Literally like you could touch him. That's how close he is. Anyway, good morning, Tony. Thank you for taking the time to call in, my friend.
Good morning, buddy. How are you today?
I'm doing well. We have Pam Worth. She is my co-host this morning. We also have Robert Warner. He wanted to say a hello to you as well.
I just
Robert,
wanted to say good morning, Tony.
How you doing,
The
buddy?
ghost.
How does he get the ghost? Explain that one.
Well, I kind of blend in down there. I have all these custom-made wetsuits that I use depending on the different water that I'm in.
Uh-huh.
So I basically just blend in and
I see. Okay.
become invisible.
So you're invisible. Okay, can you do me a favor? You're kind of fading in and out, so if you get a little closer, I hear you, but I could hear you a little better initially.
How's that better?
Oh, much better. Much better. Go ahead, Pam.
No, I like the idea that you're wearing different suits. Now these are wetsuits?
Yeah, all the wetsuits are made. My wetsuits are made in Italy, and what I did with them was I took a bunch of patterns of some of the images that I had shot over the years and created these designs on my wetsuits. One of them is a palm frond. Looks like I'm floating, a piece of floating debris.
Wow.
And then the other ones are like blues, and then I have some greens and browns that I wear in like inshore water and stuff like that. So kind of helps me just blend into my environment a little bit. So for me, it works.
Camouflage. I think that's so cool. That is
a camouflage wetsuit.
really creative.
What a clever idea. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's
well, you need every little advantage when you're trying to chase around pelagic fish. Trying to get them as closest to you as possible.
I know some of these pictures.
I went out with Tony one day. We had more camera equipment on the boat than fishing equipment.
So
yeah, unfortunately,
that's one of the secrets to you being able. I know some of the pictures that I have seen. It literally looks like you're inches away from these fish.
Oh yeah, I shoot everything super wide so I can get the whole fish in the shot. So the closer I get to them, the better. It gets more detail in the shot.
You aren't kidding. Some amazing stuff. So I know that you're a professional photographer, but also, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but do you also offer fishing gear of some sort?
No, I sell apparel. I have an apparel.
That's what I mean.
with
Yeah,
all
fishing
my,
apparel.
With all my images on it, and and my fine art. I don't.
And
sell
it is
any
fine
fishing
art.
gear at
I've
all.
seen
I don't
it.
fish.
Yep.
I'm not a fisherman at all. I have really no desire to fish, to tell you the truth. I do a lot of spear fishing, but I don't fish with rod and reel at all. I feel like if I'm on the boat and I'm not in the water, it's just a waste of my time. So it's really hard. It's really hard for me to pick up a fishing rod.
You're in a completely different dimension when you're under the water. It's totally different.
It's totally. Yeah, it's a totally different world. I wish I could live in it.
Now I don't think. Go ahead, Pam.
I was going to say, where are your favorite places to dive?
Oh my God, I get that question asked all the time. Probably the whole world. I mean, everywhere I go is different. So they all have their specialty type thing. Like the Galapagos Island is a place you can go and see just about everything. From penguins to giant tortoises to a blue marlin or a tuna or a wahoo. And then Panama is pretty much, big billfish and large yellowfin tuna and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think everywhere, really. I love going everywhere because every trip's another adventure for me. Something's going to happen. Something cool is going to happen all the time. So I really don't have a favorite place. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time here. We talked about that last time I was here, and Florida's changed a lot over the years. It's the water quality is going down a little bit. Fish aren't as productive, and it's not as for me. It's not as, like I get more bang for my buck in Central and South America than I do here in Florida, unfortunately. So, time is everything to me. So when I'm on the road, I just try and shoot it where the fish are plentiful, So it's really, Florida can come and go. Like the Keys is good. Sometimes in the Keys, I spend some time in the Keys, but it's not as consistent as the rest of the world, honestly.
And that is, that's sad to hear that. I know you reported about the same thing last time that you were on the show with us.
Yeah, I don't want to bash Florida, but
no, it's sad. It's sad to hear because it can be fixed, and hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, knocking on wood. We're on our way to rectifying it. It may take years to fix it, but I hope so. We've turned the corner.
The younger generations.
Yeah.
The younger generations are going to pay the price for all the stupidity that's gone on over the years. So
we have a new governor who seems to be very interested in what's going on. It seems to be, again, on the onset, on the surface, he seems to be very interested in what's going on. He knows that we have a severe problem here in Florida, and I believe he believes he wants to do what he can to straighten it out. So I hope and pray that that's what's going to happen. Anyway, so tell me about what's the biggest fish that you've ever swam next to?
Well, I've been in the water with 1,000-pound bluefin tuna.
Holy moly! Wow.
Yeah, that was like being in the water with just imagine a little Volkswagen Beetle, the new Volkswagen Beetles.
Yeah.
Coming at you at 40 miles an hour.
Wow. And this may be a silly question, but were you worried? Were you concerned?
No, not at all. It was funny because the first time we went there, everyone didn't know what to expect with me being in the water because they weren't sure if the fish were going to be aggressive, or if they weren't going to turn in time to get out of my way. So they tied me to the boat. They put a rope around me, and I swam off with a rope on me just in case I got hit.
Human trolling.
It's like getting hit by a freight train. So they're going to break every bone in your body.
Yeah.
No question about that.
Very easily.
So they were afraid. So that didn't work out too well because I was restricted, and I just really felt awkward in the water, and I couldn't zig when I should have, all that stuff. So that didn't last long. But then we found out that these fish are so precise. They're like jet fighters. They can turn on a dime.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They never break the surface because they lose all that momentum if they break the surface. So when they go to feed at the surface, they literally turn completely sideways.
Yeah, I've seen videos. So that's why. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they don't slow down.
Wow.
Because it takes them so long to get back up to speed, and they waste a lot of energy that way. So it's pretty amazing. I mean, these are things that most people don't even think about. And that was really cool. And then I was in Cape Verde in the water with about a 900-pound blue marlin.
Wow.
In Cape Verde. So that was pretty neat. And those are the biggest fish I've ever been in the water with. But,
when you're down there doing all of this stuff, I'm ignorant, so I may ask a silly question. Are you baiting these fish in any way so they come closer to you?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes we do. Like sometimes I'll hang around floating debris, or I'll get in a bait ball, or we'll pitch baits off the back of boats and stuff like that. Yeah, sometimes it all depends, like the situation that we're in. Because if you feed them, they come.
Wow.
So it all depends on where and what.
I can't imagine being in the water with a 900-pound marlin. I think I'd be changing my underwear.
He's more comfortable in the water than he is in the boat.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I get all antsy and stuff sitting on the boat too long, so.
Wow. Okay, so
it's pretty amazing.
Before I forget, you have a website, right?
Yeah, it's
the website
th20gear.com.
It's T like Tom, H like Henry, the number 20.
Yep.
Gear.
No, the letter O. No, the letter O.
Okay, good. Let me change that right here on my note. Okay, so it's T like Tom, H like Henry, the number 2, the letter O, and then the word gear, GEAR.com. TH20gear.com.
That's correct.
Some amazing stuff on the website, and some really cool pictures. So I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you something, just completely gone. Pam, cover for me, Pam. I'm.
No, I was going to say that's great. Go and now you have on your website. It also has a place where, I mean, your artwork is beautiful. Your photography is second to none. Where people can pick that up and you can send that to them.
Yep. Oh yeah, they can order right online, or they can instant message me on Facebook or something like that if they have certain questions about different things. And then there's a comment pin on an info link on there too if they have questions about sizing or an image that they don't see on the site or something like that. Because I literally have 17 terabytes of images.
Wow.
So
Wait a minute. 17 terabytes?
Yes, 17 terabytes. I have.
Lord
if I haven't
have
showed you
mercy.
what my suite looks like, I've got hard drives like stacked up with all the images I've shot over the years.
Oh my
gosh, it's crazy. Yeah, what's really funny is when I get bored, sometimes I'm home bored and I don't have anything going on. I'll go dig into the archives and look up images, like trips that I went on years ago, and say, oh my God, I forgot I had this one. So I edit that picture and it creates another image, So yeah, it's pretty crazy how much stuff I have. And when people ask me for something, it kind of reminds me, and I go look and dig stuff up that I don't even remember I had.
Good gravy. I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We say words like terabyte, trillions, and people. I don't think people really understand a trillion seconds. And what he's talking about is 17 of these in computer language. In terabytes is 17 terabytes is 17 trillion bytes. 1 trillion seconds is 31,000 years. That's how much stuff he's got. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's been in the water for 31,000 years.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. What's really crazy about this whole photography thing now is I don't know how they were doing it back in the day when they were shooting this stuff on film. Those guys are my heroes because you couldn't look at the image. You weren't able to shoot the burst like I'm shooting now. Yeah. You never know what you had till you got home. And film was expensive. And not to mention every time you ran out of film, you had to jump back in the boat or get wherever you were and reload. Now I could put dual memory sticks in my card and shoot. I could literally shoot 5,000 images without having to open my camera.
People today will never know the anguish that people went through years ago, taking pictures on a roll of film, turning the film in, waiting for the pictures to come back, going to the store, all excited, opening up the package, finding out 4 of your pictures, your 4 favorite pictures didn't come out.
Right. Well, they were all overexposed, or there was a leak somewhere.
Nothing.
They don't even know how to dial a phone. So.
Oh yes, that's scary. That is scary.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's amazing, and the editing technology now today, you could get rid of backscatter. You can you make them perfect, and that's the beauty of digital photography.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think of poor Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah, it's so funny. I think about that all the time. That guy was amazing. I mean, him and Steve Irwin are definitely my heroes. Those kind of guys. Yeah. So, but yeah, the digital world has really made my job so much more exciting because it really, even with the video end of it now, you could do so much great stuff with video too. So the technology is exciting. It's going to be an awesome future. That's why I hope everything, kind of clears up with this fish problem and stuff. And, people get a little smarter and just take what you need to eat and let everything else go. Even if, you don't need 10 Dorado. You don't need.
One of the reasons I enjoy having people like you on the show, again, is because I mentioned earlier, you're down in the water, so you see things that we typically don't see on top of the water. And it's interesting to me to have different people's opinions of what they're seeing down in the water. It's kind of sad because we know here in Florida it could be a lot better than it is. And particularly this last year, we suffered a devastating blow on the West Coast. And it started up on the East Coast as well, but the West Coast really, really suffered. So don't want to drag on about the water quality, but I do want to bring it to people's attention. It is something that is look, people, we got water. 3 sides of this state are covered by water. If we don't take
that's
care
why
of the
I live
water,
here.
we don't take care of the water, we might as well not take care of ourselves because our bodies are anywhere from 70 to 80% water. You're just not going to take care of yourself is what it boils down to. All right, Tony, my friend, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to call in.
Anytime, buddy. It was nice talking to you all.
God bless you, my friend.
You have a great day, Tony.
Yeah. Before you go, let me let Pam say goodbye.
Take care, Tony. Okay, take care, Tony. Your stuff is amazing.
Nice meeting you all.
All right, my friend. I'll look forward to having you back on again because it's always interesting, some of the stories that you have.
As long as I'm in the country, I'm all ears.
Well, God bless you. 17 trillion bytes. Oh, my gosh. Have a wonderful day, my friend. It's supposed to be pretty good first part of the day, and as we get into the day here, we may have some showers here in the southeast part of Florida.
Yeah, I'm just going to relax today. Okay, guys, we'll talk soon.
God bless you. Talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
Okay, friends, we will be right back. Don't go away. It's the Fish Florida Show.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise? Surprise!
Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I wasn't sure if I could do it. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but the teachers, the counselors, they help you. One of the teachers was Miss Araceli. Miss Araceli, she gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll come over and she'll sit there with you until you get it. Thank you, Miss Araceli. I know you make a difference in people's lives because of the person and teacher you are. I wanted to be here because I wanted to thank you for helping me get a beautiful gift. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work. Getting your high school diploma, it is a life-changing experience. It really is.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Have you ever heard of Audible? Audible is a website with hundreds of thousands of audiobooks. They're all high quality, easy to listen to, and, best of all, if you take advantage of a special deal that we've worked out for you, you can get one for free. That's right, a free audiobook of your choice in any genre, simply by going to audibletrial.com/openeyes and signing up for the free trial. It's simple to do, and it would support the shows that we bring to you, and hey, you get a free book out of the whole thing. So why not take advantage of it today? Go to audibletrial.com/openeyes and sign up for the trial.
Ask 10 different scientists about the environment, population control, genetics, and you'll get 10 different answers. But there's one thing every scientist on the planet agrees on. Whether it happens in 100 years, or 1,000 years, or 1,000,000 years, eventually our sun will grow cold and go out. When that happens, it won't just take us. It'll take Marilyn Monroe, and Lao Tzu, and Einstein, and Morobuto, and Buddy Holly, and Aristophanes. All of this was for nothing. Unless we go to the stars.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
While other stations just talk a good game, we win it.
Hey, sounds like somebody's having a lot of fun. I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on when the sun shines all day.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
Well, a good morning to you out there. If you're just joining us, it is the Fish Florida Show. You missed out on quite a bit of information so far. We had Robert with the Florida Fisherman magazine on. We also had Tony, who has some amazing pictures of fish underwater. Now I have a better understanding of how he gets so close to these fish. That's an amazing and very clever idea to have a wetsuit that would be basically camouflaged. What a clever idea. And this morning I have with me Pam Worth. She's one of the top female kayak anglers. Good morning, Miss Pam.
Good morning, sir. Glad to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
I always enjoy having you on because you bring such a unique perspective along with some of the other guests that we have on. And you always have an interesting point of view and questions that you bring up. So I'm very appreciative of you. And our next guest is Betty Bauman. Betty is with Ladies Let's Go Fishing, and I believe she's going to have an exciting and something new to tell us this morning. Good morning, Miss Betty.
Good morning.
Go ahead, Pam.
How are you, lady?
Good, good. Actually, I'm working on selling our Program Ranger 2510 because we have the Scouts coming in.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm a little confused.
I wish I were fishing, though.
You're working on what?
Oh, well, we have our a new program, Ladies Let's Go Fishing Scout boat coming
okay.
in. So working on selling our 2510 Ranger.
I see. Okay. Wow. And do you have some kind of exciting news you want to share with us? Because I read somewhere that something happened with you and someone else.
Oh, we are in this month's issue of Boat US magazine, and it's a nice article about women and their endeavors to get into fishing, and how we're helping. And it's a big magazine with a huge circulation, and we're getting a lot of inquiries from it.
Excellent.
Great job. That's great.
One of the things that I point out about Betty that I enjoy so much, for me growing up, fishing was the way that I believe, anyway, my experience was the way that our family really kind of increased the bonds between each other, because we all went and enjoyed the same experience at the same time, and it helped us become closer as a family. And that's one of the reasons several reasons I do the show. One of the reasons I do the show is to do whatever I can to offer families whatever options are available out there to try to keep the family together, because we are under attack as a family. The other reason I do it is I'm always learning. I'm constantly learning about something new, and it's amazing to me. For somebody who grew up fishing, basically, Water and I were best friends. We were best pals. Instead of having a smartphone or a tablet or a computer back then, I had a fishing rod and a tackle box. And a fishing rod, a tackle box, and a bucket. A bucket is usually what I would take with me. I wouldn't even take bait, because we would find our own bait. We would get our own. We'd net fish, or we'd find something on the shore to use for bait. Oysters was a common thing. We don't do that anymore. And I think that because we're so inundated with so much technology, we forget how beautiful it is to go out there and just enjoy the awesome surroundings of being especially on a day maybe like today. They're saying 2 feet or less. Maybe a day like today where you got a light wind and you got a line in the water and everything is calm and serene. There's something about that. And people like Pam is another one, and people like Betty, who take their time. This is non-refundable. When you invest your time in whatever it is, you can't get that time back. And when you invest that time in another human being and teaching them something that could literally affect the rest of their lives, that's amazing. I'm grateful for people like you, Pam. I'm grateful for people like you, Betty, who take the time and do that, because it's non-refundable. Hopefully it's an investment that will return to you hundreds of times over. But I am so very grateful for you. What's the latest going on with activities about Ladies Let's Go Fishing? You have a tournament coming up?
Yes, we are working on our Gulf Coast one. Actually, from what you just said, I just took my day off yesterday to speak at Bass Pro Shops to give women some fishing basics.
Hot dog.
And trust me, I wanted to be on the water so bad. Anyways, we're working on our Gulf Coast inshore seminar, and that one's getting pretty full. That's March 23rd to the 24th. And simultaneously, we're working on our offshore seminar here in South Florida, April 26th to the 28th. And that's, people come from all over for that one, because we're so close to the Gulf Stream. And in a half day, you can go trolling, kite fishing, bottom fishing. Gulfstream is close, and then be back in time for lunch and catch and release fish.
Wow.
And then May 11th, we're going to be up your way. We're going to be doing a Palm Beach surf fishing clinic on the beach.
Oh.
And that is Mother's Day weekend. So usually,
Wow.
Mothers, they'll bring their teens and
What a
celebrate
great
the
idea.
weekend with the day of fishing.
Wow. Please remind me about that as that gets closer. Go out there and kind of follow up with you guys. What day of the week is it? Saturday or
It's
Sunday?
a Saturday, so they still can celebrate. It's a half day.
Mm-hmm.
It's learning on the beach. We have Pompano Rich. He brings sand fleas and loner rods, and we line up on the beach and learn how to the special cast for surf casting. There's a technique to it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's cool is even if the ladies don't catch a fish, they know the drill. They know the bait, the pompano rig, and how to set up. And so then they can go fishing on their own.
Sweet.
That's what happened at our freshwater clinic. We released 16 bass, many of them peacock. But there was this lady that drove from Winter Haven 3 hours for the class, and she did not catch a fish. We were rooting for her, and I was so excited that she went back home to the Orlando area and sent me a picture of a bass she caught all by herself using what she learned in the class. And that meant so much to me that finally she has success.
Wow.
Her first one.
Go ahead, Pam. I know you wanted to ask a question. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's so cool. Your first fish, helping somebody actually get on a fish is amazing. But you said you're doing a class on the Gulf Coast, and you gave the date, but you didn't give the location. Whereabouts is it going to be?
Oh, thank you for that. That is in Fort Myers, and we are having it at Bass Pro Shops off of 75. They have a private meeting room, and plus they have water there that we can practice casting. So it's nice that they've provided the facility, and it's a great central location. And then there'll be the class this Saturday with the instructors. We have Captain John Fetter. We have the hands-on, for the knot tying, net casting, spin casting, maybe trailer backing on Saturday. That's pretty much all day. Sunday, then, we have a half-day fishing, and they will be departing out of Punta Rasa from either inshore boats or there's a group boat, big pontoon boat that they can sign up for. So we're getting pretty full on it.
You said something that caught my ear. Trailer backing?
Yeah, when we can, we show trailer backing because that's an intimidation factor for women.
You aren't kidding.
And it stops them from fishing because there's too much stress at the boat ramp. They're like, oh, they stress about it. So they're like, oh, I don't think I'll do that, So we teach them away from their significant other. So they understand, when they turn the wheel this way, the trailer goes that way, and have a little bit experience and confidence on that.
Excellent. It is very intimidating to be able to back a trailer up properly. It takes a little bit of practice. And
right. Magic Tilt is, helps us out. They're actually up in the Tampa area, but, they want to see more ladies get out there fishing.
Well, thank you,
Actually,
Magic
our new
Tilt.
trailer is pink, believe it or not.
Cool. I like it. Hey, Pam, we're going to have to do that for you.
I practice at a dog park.
I tell the ladies, do that. Find a abandoned parking lot on the weekend and just practice. So when you get there and everybody's expecting you to back your boat the same amount of time that everybody else who does it every week, you can feel a little bit more confident. And you know what? If it takes you a little extra time, just take the extra time and be safe.
I think it's really,
you don't want to wind up on qualified captain.
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling that can happen at the boat ramp. Trust me, I've been there myself. Even just launching a boat can be a team sport.
Oh, my goodness. I want to commend you that you brought that into part of the picture because I never even occurred to me. I mean, all the times that we've talked, I never even thought about that. So, kudos to you for considering that as part of the overall experience of going fishing. I never occurred to me.
It's one of the toughest things for us to add because there's not always a lane or a space where you can do it at our facilities. But we figure out a way to make it work, and then keep the ladies safe, because we actually let them get behind the wheel.
Well, that's how you have to learn, right?
That's right.
My first boat, the first trailer I ever had was a small boat, it was a 16-footer. And I was, as a guy, I was intimidated. I watched these guys at the boat ramp. A lot of them zip in, zip out. Here I am, back up 5 feet. Nope, got to go forward, straighten out. Back up another 10 feet. Nope, got to go forward, straighten out. So, yeah, it was intimidating at first. It took some time to learn it. And I didn't really carefully think it out before I went down there. I should have done what you suggested: go out to a parking lot that's empty, and practice out there instead of waiting to get to the actual action, and do it there and make your mistakes and try to learn while other people are waiting around and giving you looks. So,
yeah, and remember to take the tie downs off. My husband forgot that one time. He's trying to power the boat backwards. He's like, something's wrong, and I'm in the car going, I don't know, car's starting to go backwards. I'm getting scared because it's a slippery ramp.
Oh my goodness!
And he's like, pull forward. I forgot. I got too excited. I didn't do the tie downs. Still
Lord.
taps to the trailer.
Wow. Well, there's always something that is out there that you can learn if you have your mind open to it. And I'm one of those people. I'm always willing to learn. And when we have someone like Betty who takes the time to spend with, again, for me in my life, it was my mom loved fishing. She loved it. She loved every aspect of it. The cleaning the fish didn't bother her, cooking the fish didn't bother her, catching the fish didn't bother her, putting the bait on the hook, none of that bothered her. She even tied her own knots. So everything about it was, she liked it. And as a family, we enjoyed it as an outing. All of us experiencing the same thing at the same time. I truly believe it was one of the vital parts of keeping our family together. Today, to this very day, my brother and I are best friends. We're the best of friends. And I think that played a vital part. And that's what I try to bring to people, that there's a lot of stuff that you can do out there. And you can do it together. And you can enjoy each other's company while you're doing it together. You get away from a little bit of this technology that we're so saturated with all day long. And you enjoy what God has given us. Today's a gorgeous day. I think you're down south of me, right? You south of me, Betty?
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to go fishing today, but
it looks like it's going to be
stuff around the house.
Looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day today. They're saying the seas are 2 feet or less. Winds are 10 to 15 knots. So it's going to be, again, it's a day that you go out and you enjoy it as a family. You do it as a family. And to me, that's the ultimate. That's the greatest prize that we can give each other, is to share each other's company and experience the same thing at the same time. And I will say that I believe ladies play a vital part of this. And I know in my life they did, but I believe that ladies play a vital part of this. And Pam is a perfect example. She goes out there and puts the men to shame.
Yeah, watch out, guys, for Pam.
She goes out there and puts the men to shame. So, maybe some of the guys are intimidated by these ladies that are learning how to fish. It has been typically a male-dominated industry, but it doesn't have to be that way. We should have kids involved, which, again, Betty and Pam have done, gotten kids involved, and we should have ladies involved. Again, both Pam and Betty spend time helping ladies to learn. And I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, but I think once they get the hang of it, they really enjoy it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm having a big discussion right now. They should check out my Facebook page. I posted an article from tackle retailer about women are the future of fishing, but retailers are missing the boat. And there are so many comments about the ladies, about, things they want and they're not seeing. And the industry's changing. They're realizing that women make the difference and can make the difference in the future of the sport.
Well, I want to thank you, Miss Betty. Before we go, it is ladiesletsgofishing.com. Is that correct?
Yes, and it's all in there. People can go ahead and sign up. If you want to bring your male and learn as a couple, that's fine. We have discounts for teens because we really want to see women bringing their teens to learn how to fish together.
God, that's wonderful. And you mentioned Facebook. How do they find you on Facebook?
It's facebook.com/ladies let's go fishing.
Okay, so it's the same thing. Let's go fishing. Ladies, let's go fishing on Facebook as well.
Yes, and that's where they can see, what the ladies have caught at the seminars, what's coming up, and, discussions on helpful things for fishing.
Great. Well, Betty, God bless you. I appreciate so much you taking the time to call in, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to spend with other ladies and show them something that could be intimidating, which you can prove to them it's not intimidating at all. It's quite easy to learn if you have the right teachers, and I believe you are one of those right teachers. Wish you a wonderful day, my dear.
Well, thanks. It's an honor to be in the same airtime as Pam. Hi to Pam.
You're so sweet.
So long.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riskella. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What's up, Ricky Dillon here at the largest social media gathering in the world. So the internet is an amazing place, but sometimes it can be a not so great place with online bullying and trolling and stuff. Have you ever seen online bullying before?
Unfortunately, it's kind of common. Online, people can hide behind the internet. Those comment sections can be a little
harsh.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's a good word for it.
I've been called many homophobic names.
I felt embarrassed. I felt humiliated. It made me stop liking myself.
What if I told you there is something that you can use anytime that you see bullying online that calls attention to it in a nice way? Like, hey, that's not nice.
I wish that was the thing.
It's this! So anytime that you see any kind of hate online, go into your phone, go into the symbol section, post this I, and it says that that's bullying, that's not nice. So would you post this if you saw someone bullying someone?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like a lot more mature way to handle situations.
Find the emoji in your phone, send it to 5 of your friends, and let them know what it means to be a witness.
Go to eyewitnessbullying.org to learn more about the emoji.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick of Bauman Realty. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped, even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion: air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick of Bauman Realty. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478. Diane Whittick at Bauman Realty, located in Wellington at Wellington Trace East and Forest Hill Boulevard. 561-247-5478.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclub.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on when the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
Well, a very good morning to you. If you're out there just joining us, you've missed out on quite a bit. And we have, we have archives set up. If you have missed the show or part of the show, or you want to go back and hear part of the show, you can find archives on fishfloridashow.com. Click on past events, and you can find our archives there. Lots of information this morning. My goodness. With me, I have my co-host is Pam Worth. She's one of the top female kayak anglers. Good morning, Ms. Pam.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for having me on. I enjoy the show so much.
The coffee is catching up to me. I'm finally waking up. Oh, Lord have mercy. It was one of the, it's kind of tough because I do the political show Saturday nights from 9 to midnight. And by the time I get to bed, it's about 1 o'clock. Then I get up at 6 o'clock today and do the show. And if I can't get the coffee in me quick enough, the brain doesn't kick in. It's
a little foggy, are you?
It's like an 8-cylinder running on 4, So
yeah, what's that line now? Firing on all cylinders?
Yeah, I'm getting closer now. I think I'm about 6 instead of 4, so I'm getting a little closer. And my next guest,
you're doing great.
My next guest is Captain Niel Holland. I enjoy having people like Betty Bauman who do things to help other people. I've always said when we can work something out where everybody benefits, that is the most beautiful thing around, where everybody wins. Captain Niel has a program where everybody wins. He's got something exciting he wants to share with us this morning. Good morning, Captain Niel.
Hi, Riscala. Hi, Pam. Good morning from St. Petersburg. Hey.
Good morning. I'm across the bay from you.
All right, nice. Then our fishery has really broken loose over the last couple of weeks, and there's snook chewing everywhere.
Woohoo!
Yep.
She was just talking, I don't know how many times I've said this, Pam. We get on a subject. You mentioned earlier about, I don't want to talk about where we went because it's kind of his snook place. Remember that? You said that?
Yeah.
And now here we are. We have Captain Holland. He's a third or fourth guest, and he's talking about snook. I love how this comes together. It's always so amazing to me. So talk a little bit about what's going on with you, Captain Niel.
Yeah, sure, Riscala, no problem. So, as you all know, I head up Ocean Aide 360, which is a marine conservation nonprofit here in St. Petersburg. And we last year we applied for a grant from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to perform community-based removals of abandoned crab traps and marine plastics and other types of litter that would be found through like a fishing tournament event series type of framework. So we've got 6 fishing tournaments, only instead of fishing for redfish and sea trout, we're using our sight fishing techniques and our shallow draft vessels and polarized sunglasses to look for abandoned crab traps, which are called ghost traps, and other types of marine debris. And so we just finished our 4th event, our 4th tournament. And so far, we've awarded about $15,000, actually about $20,000 in fishing tackle prizes.
Wow!
And can you believe it, Riscala?
Wow!
Our volunteers that have come out and participated with us, they've collected 11,000 pounds of abandoned traps and other types of debris so far.
This is what I like about people like Captain Holland. Everybody wins. Nobody loses in this. I don't know how to express that any stronger. Nobody loses here. Everybody wins. This is the kind of thing that people should support. Everybody wins. We're working at leaving an environment better than it was when we came. That is something we've kind of missed along the way. Our generation, I don't know what's happened, but somewhere along the way we've kind of missed that important step, that to try to leave the place better than it was when you came. And we have people like Captain Holland who goes out there and does exactly that. I greatly appreciate that.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, we, had about 150 volunteers come out with their boats and bring their families along and everything for these 4 tournaments that we've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been incredible. I mean, to see the camaraderie out there and to see these people dedicate just a 4-hour stretch on a Saturday once per month to come out and participate with us. I think, each time a new team shows up with their boat, they have a lot of questions. How are we going to determine what is a derelict trap or not, and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a little tutorial before we conduct any searching with the group. So they get their questions answered. And 4 hours later, they come back, and I think it all kind of crystallizes after that period of their first search. They see what their impact is, and they start to put the full picture together.
Wow.
And then we give them a free lunch, and they're eligible for prizes, and we do a big leaderboard and everything based on how many items each team collects, and inevitably they come back for the next one. So the event is growing. We're really enjoying it, and we're having an average of about 30 boats at each event right now.
Wow. So you collected, what was it, 11,000 pounds?
11,000 pounds so far.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so now the next question is, you have 11,000 pounds or whatever it is. What do you do with it? Where does it go?
It's actually being recycled. The traps are being recycled by the FWC, Florida's Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. The trap materials are being used as a base layer for new oyster reef pilot projects up near Fernandina Beach in Jacksonville.
The more I hear, the more I like. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think that a lot of people, when they heard about the project, a lot of people wrote us emails and everything to say, hey, I have a connection. I have something that might be able to help you guys make this a more dynamic project and a greater success. And, we really benefited from having some people contact us and help us make these connections, like that FWC recycling connection. So,
wow.
Yeah, great.
Who are the other? I know you mentioned FWC. You mentioned, I think, the power company, right? Was that one of them?
No, our main partner on this project, aside from our project sponsor, which is NOAA's Marine Debris Program.
Okay.
Our main partner implementing the project with us is the Coastal Conservation Association of Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, CCA, that's right.
And
so,
are there any other sponsors? I know you got the grant, so we have the federal government involved to a degree. You got CCA.
Yeah, that's right.
Anybody else involved?
Yeah, Tampa Bay Watch is involved here locally.
Mm-hmm.
They've helped us get word out, kind of distribute the message of what we're doing. Our project is called the Ghost Trap Rodeo. And beyond that, we've got a lot of tackle companies that have come on to partner with us, our project sponsors. I mean, the most notable being Costa Sunglasses, Barracuda Tackle, Engel Coolers, and many more, Temple Fork Outfitters Rods, etc.
Well, I wanted to give you an opportunity to mention them because they are part of what's happening. And again, we all win from this. Nobody loses. This is the beautiful part of all of this. We all win. We're going to have cleaner waters, and then what's picked up out of the waters and just simply taken to a landfill just to fill up the land. It's being reused. So we have a completely recyclable project going on. That's beautiful. I mean, I come from a plastics background. Many years ago, I ran a plastics plant. Plastics is some of the neatest stuff that you can find. But the drawback to plastic is if it ends up in a landfill, or if it ends up in the water, it does more harm than it could ever do good. And with the ability to recycle plastic time and time and time again, for whatever reason, the industry itself, I haven't been in it in almost 25 years now, but back then, they didn't seem to be interested in reclaiming the plastic. If you brought plastic in and you wanted it to be reused, it had to go through a special process, had to be very clean. It was just a whole line of things. It was very difficult. And most of the time, by the time we were done, it was financially not feasible to use anymore. So plastic is a wonderful thing to do, but if it gets out there in the landfill or out there in the water, it's very detrimental to our environment. So anything that I hear about that we're picking up trash, but we're not picking up the trash just to go put it in somewhere else and make it trash somewhere else. We're picking up the trash and we're reusing that. What am I trying to say? We are repurposing.
Recycling.
Recycling, repurposing that into something that we can use. Everybody wins. That's the kind of stuff I like. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Pam.
It's cool to hear I was going to say, it's cool to hear that you hooked up with Costa, because one of Costa's, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but one of Costa's sunglass lines is nothing but recycled netting and fish line. So they're ahead of the game too.
Wow.
You're right. Yeah. They've been a dynamic partner. They have some of their own really good programming going on. I think the Ghost Trap Rodeo partnership was a natural fit for them, no doubt. And hey, Pam, I want you to know, I think you might be interested. The next Ghost Trap Rodeo is March 23rd at Davis Island. So focused on kind of, the northeastern coastline up there near the Alafia River in McKay Bay.
Okay. Good. I'll give you a call on that. Maybe we can get you back on, something with Tampa Fishing Outfitters too.
I'd love that. Yeah. Glad to come on and do that. Thank you.
Captain Niel, are you planning ever to come over? We want you over here.
Well, I'm planning to come over there and sailfish.
Oh, no, we want you to come over here and do your thing over here. Well, I guess we don't have this. Where I'm at, we really don't have the issue with crab traps as badly as we do south of me. Down and around the Miami area, Key Biscayne and all that, I remember, my gosh, there was, I can't tell you, numerous of those traps all over the place. And you had to be careful, because just because you saw the ball floating, if you didn't know which way the current was going, you could cross their line and it would mess up your prop. I know, I've done it. I thought the current was running a different way. I ran across the line, it messes up the prop. So we could use something like that here. Somebody on this side of the state.
I was out there triple tail fishing just yesterday off of St. Pete Beach. Once the boat traffic finally died down a little bit in the afternoon, I went out and took a look and found some fish. But one of the things I came across was 4 trap buoys that were all tangled together. These 4 traps were down there. You could see the lines going in all different directions. And it's just ready made to snag a boat. Yeah. But in response to your question about kind of the next incarnation of Ghost Trap Rodeo, we're actually talking with FWC and NOAA about that, and they'd like to see us put together a project design for another location like Crystal River or the Keys or Sarasota Bay or potentially Biscayne Bay, like you said. So I think you're going to see us pop up again here, and once this project is finished, we're going to do something else.
Well, I'll do whatever I can to help promote your project. Again, because this is the deals that I do in my business. I'm not a full-time radio host. I do this part-time. This is a passion of mine, try to get word out to people. But in my business dealings, I always work at making both sides benefit. I know that from experience, that if both sides benefit, they want to continue in the relationship. And that's what we have with people like Ladies Let's Go Fishing, people like Pam Worth, who takes time to teach other people how to fish, people like Captain Holland, who takes time to clean up the environment. How can you lose with something? You're going to clean up the environment that we've been irresponsible about taking care of, and everybody wins. And then what we're cleaning up, we're not turning into more trash. See, that's the beautiful part about this that I really like so much. What we're cleaning up, what we're picking up, we're not just going to go dump it somewhere else and let it be someone else's problem. Eventually, it'll be ours. We're taking it and repurposing it to make something else that we can use. And I will help you in whatever way I can, Captain Holland. It's an honor and a privilege to do that, because you know why? It's kind of selfish, really. I win.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The fishery improves, and you can come over here and enjoy a wonderful Tampa Bay inshore fishery, and chase our snook, redfish, and sea trout.
I think it was, Pam, who was it that we had on that released all the fish? Was that CCA?
Yeah, CCA. They've released them in north part of the bay. They released them in the bay. They released them in Sarasota. And I think they went down a little bit more south. So they've got a lot out there.
And thousands.
That's right, Pam.
We're not talking...
I was actually at the release that took place at Fort DeSoto.
And we're talking thousands of fish. So here's how we work with each other. The way that I see life in my life's experience, when people can work with each other, that's when everybody wins. So here you have 2 different organizations. You have CCA, who is laying fish out, and then you have people like Aide 360, who's picking up the garbage, making the environment cleaner for the new fish that just went down. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I can't say enough about it. I greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, Riscala. Thanks. And for anybody who is just learning about the Ghost Trap Rodeo through listening to today's show, we've got all kinds of great media about our tournament event series on the Facebook page. So it's as simple as navigating to Facebook and typing Ocean Aide, AID 360 into the search bar, and you can't miss our page. It's got all kinds of videos, and the local news came out and covered our last event.
Great.
And it's just really great. So
we have so many things that I try to stay positive, but there's a lot of stuff going on in our country. It's not the best of news, and when I hear stuff like this, it shines my day. This really adds sunlight to my day. And again, it really, when it's all said and done, it's kind of in a way it's selfish because I win. I win, you win, Pam wins. Everybody wins. So that's why I love supporting this kind of stuff. Well, I wish you a wonderful day, my friend. Thank you so much for what you do. Oh, before I go, one more time, do you have a website? Do I recall that you have a website?
We do. Yeah, we sure do. And there's good information there. It's simply Ocean Aide, AID 360.org, oceanaid360.org.
Excellent. Captain Niel, wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for taking time to call in. It's that time. It flies by so fast when we're having a good time. Wish you a wonderful day, my friend. Go ahead, Pam.
Thank
take care. And I'll see what I can do about getting out there with Davis Island with you.
I'd really appreciate it, Pam. We'd love to see you there. And Riscala, for what it's worth, it sounds like you're firing on all 8 cylinders.
Well, I'm getting closer. As I talk and down coffee, I get a little closer.
Good deal. Well, have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
From the author of Silent Steps and Haunted, Finding an Explanation for the Unknown, comes a story so chilling it will haunt you for years to come. Krista is a young woman escaping her past, running away from her family, her traumas, and her God, hoping to find a new life in a different town. But when she is forced to make a horrible choice, she comes to realize malevolent entities have controlled the true darkness she has been a part of. That is when her real terror begins. Penitence is disturbing and evocative. It will tear down the walls between what is real and what is nightmare. Penitence is the new novel by the man called the new master of speculative fiction, Ira Robinson. Find it and all of his books at his website, originalworlds.com.
Do you own a laser printer, copier, or a fax? Well then, listen close to this announcement. Laser Technologies has been providing high-quality, frustration-free toner cartridges that are guaranteed not to harm your equipment for over 20 years. Laser Technologies will save you on your supplies with high-quality and fast delivery. Savings up to 50%. Laser Technologies supplies toner, imaging drums, developer and cartridges for most of the major brands. For a price quote, send an email to service@laser-technologies.com. Include your printer make and model for your part number. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Laser Technologies, providing 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. 561-792-9600.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes and open 6 days a week. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. 561-793-9992. They're located in Royal Palm Beach. That number, 561-793-9992. Call for your appointment today, 561-793-9992. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, where your pet gets celebrity treatment.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off at school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I grabbed my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on when the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, we are back. It is the Fish Florida Show, an honor and a privilege to have you tuning in and allowing us to share with you some of the information that we have. Very informative this morning, and during this time of the show, around 9:25 or so, we have an open discussion, and I am honored to have with me Pam Worth. She's one of the top female kayak anglers. She always brings a very unique perspective to the table with regards to fishing. And I think you were going to tell us a little bit more. You're going to go in a little bit more detail about what we were talking about earlier with regard to what happened this last week. You were doing some fishing?
Oh, yeah. On Friday night, we were going to go for big snook. We were looking for over 40-inch snook. And a friend of mine has a place where he's been getting them regularly. And it's land-based. So I said, okay, let's do this. Long story short, he ended up being a billy goat, hopping from boulder to boulder to boulder. And not knowing where we were going, to be honest, I thought it was going to be South Tampa, down on almost the Sarasota area. Mm-hmm. So I had like boots on, thinking we were going to wade.
Wrong.
My billy goat days are over. I made one wrong slip, and boom, I landed butt first, smack in the water.
Oh my goodness! And unfortunately, nobody got a video of it, right?
No, thank goodness. And I would have loved to get Dylan's a photo of Dylan's face when he turned around and saw me spread eagle down there, and he's like, his face was priceless. I think he thought I was dead.
Oh yeah, I would. The first thing I would think, oh my goodness, is she okay? Lord.
Yeah.
Wow. So.
And like I said earlier, the only thing really hurt was my pride. But as our last guest was saying, the snook have really started to fire off. The water's been a little warmer, although we have a cold front coming through again on, I think, Monday or Tuesday. But the snook have just been hungry monsters lately.
So you were there and you were looking for snook, and you did catch some snook? Was it worth the while?
No. Dylan did catch a snook, but now it's Friday night. It's about 11 o'clock at night. My phone was in my pocket, and my car key, which is that kiosk type key, electronic key, was in my pocket.
Oh,
so here I am, and I'm not sure if the key is going to work. I'm now soaked in my jacket, my jeans, everything is soaked. So I'm starting to get chilled. And I finally told Dylan, I said, I'm pulling the plug on this. I'm just going to go home. I said, if the car doesn't start, I'm in big problem. He goes, well, call your husband. I go, yeah, my husband is #1 speed dial. I said, I can't remember what his phone number is. I haven't actually dialed in his phone number in 5 years.
Oh, it's funny, but it's sad. I used to know everybody's phone number. And like you, I have everybody on my phone saved. I don't know numbers anymore. I just know that he's #3, #2, she's #1. That kind of thing. Heaven forbid if I had a landline and I had to remember area code, phone number. Lord have mercy. Anyway, we have a couple of minutes, so if any of you out there listening would like to call in, you want to share an experience with us, you have a comment you want to share with us, you can do that. The area code 561, the number's 440-5174. 561-440-5174. And we'll be happy to hear from you. Normally around this time of the show is our open discussion time, so more and more we'll be announcing that. And if those of you who are listening, if you want to call in, a lot of people don't want to, for whatever reason, they're embarrassed, they don't want to hear themselves on the radio, whatever. They don't call in. But, we're not like that. We're pretty, I think we are, at least. We're pretty laid back. We're pretty plain people. We don't try to be super in any way that I'm aware of, other than cleaning the environment. God, I love that. Oh, I love that. But we don't try to be like super people. We just like to be, like other people and share information and ideas back and forth. So you're going to be you're going to be headed this side of the state, right?
Pretty soon. I've got to look at my schedule. I've got the Summer Slam, the offshore kayak tournaments, coming up in June.
Oh, okay.
I am headed to Panama the end of April, so I'm very excited about that. It's kind of a birthday present to myself.
Panama,
and,
not Panama City, Florida. Panama.
No. Panama, the country.
Oh my goodness. That sounds very nice.
I'm going to go look for rooster fish. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. And I think I asked you, are they in the snapper family? Because if I remember right, they kind of look like, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong fish. Are they red?
No, they're kind of black and white. With on top, their dorsal fin is like a rooster's head. It has a big phrase on it. I think they're more like the jack family because they hit like a jack.
Wow. And they're edible, right?
I beg your pardon?
They're edible, right? They
might be. I just know everybody releases them because they're a great game fish. They're kind of a trophy game fish.
I see. Yeah, I'm thinking of something completely different. I got to see if I can find a picture of what I'm thinking of so I can tell you what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. So
they're very cool. I did catch a small one in Costa Rica, so I'm excited to see if I can't get a bigger one.
What is a small one?
We'll see how it goes.
What's a small one?
Hold on a minute. He was like 18 inches, 19 inches.
And what's a big one?
I would say probably close to 30 inches.
Oh my, so they do get pretty big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of like a jack. But, you can find really small jacks, but you can get out there and find some donkey jacks too. On Jack Crevalle. I would say they're more like in that family.
I like the donkey jacks. I like that term. That's cool. I know
and jacks are a lot of fun to play with.
I know some people that are donkey jacks.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So, well, if you're going to enjoy the day, you better do it pretty quick because from what I understand, as we get later on in the day today, as the heat builds up here in Florida, it's going to be doing a little bit of what I call the liquid sunshine. We're going to get some rain a little later on. So I thought, I don't know why, but I thought you were coming to Pompano. So that's the one that's in June in Pompano?
Yes,
okay.
In June in Pompano. I do have the IFA in a few weeks, but that's going to be up towards Titusville.
And what that's explain. IFA is what?
It's the Inshore Fishing Association.
Yeah, okay.
It allows boats and kayaks. Boats go out on Saturday, and they're looking for the biggest two legal reds that they can get that have to be within slots, so they have to stay under 27 inches. When the kayaks go out, we go out the next day. We go out on Sunday, and we do it CPR, catch, photograph, and release. And our goal is the biggest red you can absolutely find with a minimum of 18 inches, and the biggest trout you can actually absolutely find with a minimum of 15 inches. Now, when I say we CPR, the boats also are. After the boats bring the fish in and they measure and weigh them, they are released. They're kept in great conditions the whole time. So there's big penalties if your fish should die. So it is, the whole organization it is not a kill tournament. It totally is a catch and release tournament. So I love it.
You know, when you mention things like this, I think of the two young men that I had on a while back that they just like to go scuba diving, and they were talking about how the snapper population had come back on the West Coast that had been decimated at one time, how they had were down there and were noticing that the snappers were were everywhere as testimony to how conservation really does help. I mean, being responsible with our environment pays us back. You know, again, I fall back on what Captain Holland's doing, you know. Being responsible with the environment, the investment that you put in pays you back hundreds and hundreds of times over. So that's good. It's good that they have a tournament, people can enjoy it, and the fish don't lose their lives. The fish hopefully go back unharmed and continue on doing, which makes it more available for other people later on instead of being completely fished out or having fish, you know, like we did on the West Coast, having a particular species almost completely wiped out. The responsibility of each of us as we're out there, you know, it's not necessary to fill the whole boat up with fish. Get yourself a dinner or two and, you know, call it quits for the day. So many people have this, I want as many as I can get. And unfortunately, that kind of mentality has brought us to a point, as of this day anyway, where we have to limit people on what they can do, and that's sad. That's the sad part about it. But the good part about it is, you know, we're conservatives, and try that again. We are practicing conservationism, and through that we are gaining. So there's a silver lining, right?
You know, it's like limits are there for a purpose. But just because you can have X amount of trout or X amount, you know, in some areas, X amount of redfish, that doesn't mean you have to hit that target.
Yeah.
And like you said, take what you want for dinner, leave the rest. Frozen fish doesn't taste as good the next day anyway.
Yeah.
Fresh fish is much better.
Always.
And, you know, leave some for the next generation. There's people out there that I know, and it's not bad. I'm not getting on your case. But if the limit is the smallest trout you can get is 15 and it's 14.99, they're putting it in their cooler. And, you know, it's ridiculous. I think they should change the length of a flounder, too. In this West Coast, you can keep a 12-inch flounder. There is no meat on a 12-inch flounder. I think it should be 15.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
That seems like an awful small fish. 12 inches? My gosh. I thought flounders got into the, like, I don't know about length in inches, but 2, 3, 4 pounds?
Yeah, they can. More of those type flounder are up towards Jacksonville and on the East Coast. Over here on the West Coast, it's pretty amazing to get a flounder over 15 inches. I think my biggest is 18.
And I remember, because I was stationed at Panama City for a couple of years, I remember we used to have, oh my gosh, it took forever to get out to the deep water, right? It's all along the west coast of Florida. It's like that, where it's not like here on the East Coast. We can go as little as 2 miles, and we're in the Gulf Stream over here. On the West Coast, you got to go, I don't know, 10 miles, 15 miles out before you really get into deep water?
Oh, close to 30 or 40.
Oh, Lord. So I take it that you primarily go by into the bays and stuff like that then.
I go in the bay. Kingfish season is right around the corner. So I do kingfish offshore on this coast also, but they'll come in closer to shore, just like on the East Coast. They'll come in closer to shore. So, and there's areas that are known for them to hang out. They'll follow the fish in. My whole thing is I keep praying for an east wind during kingfish season because it keeps the seas down. They like clean water. So it keeps the seas down and it keeps it from getting muddied up.
Do you keep the kingfish when you catch them?
Occasionally. I know a bunch of people here that smoke them. So I'll fillet it and they'll smoke it. They'll get half and I'll get half. But I think the limit is 2 per person. And I'll catch one. And if I can, if the second one is releasable, I'll release it. The only downside about a kingfish is 9 times out of 10 you have to gaff them.
Oh.
And although my last 3 kingfish I grabbed by the tail, my gaffing skills in a kayak are much not desired or need improvement.
I know I've asked you about this before, but I'm in my mind thinking, being in a kayak, how stable is it when you catch a pretty big fish? Are you worried about flipping over?
No, not anymore. The only fish that I ever really concerned me was a diving fish like a grouper.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get them out of the rocks, you're okay. The thing that's scary is if you set your drag too tight and the fish sounds on you or goes straight down, your tendency is to hold on to the rod.
Right.
Well, it's going to pull you to the side and you have a possibility of flipping at that time. Most people who flip, that's a situation, or they reach for something and don't watch for a wave coming. But no, I'm not really concerned about being flipped by a fish. I'm more concerned about that guy in a tower boat trolling for a wahoo and isn't watching where he's going and comes right next to me where I haven't had a chance to turn my boat into the wake. And, I get hit by his wake.
Wow. Or they get hit by the boat. They're not watching where they're going. There's a couple of videos out there. They're very scary where people are out there boating and not paying attention to what's going on. And people in a smaller boat, as you're tearing down the waterway here and you're really not looking where you're going, you get to a point where they become in a blind spot. You don't see them because some of these boats are planing and the front part of the boat is kind of up out of the water. And now you're in a blind spot and they can't see you, especially like a kayak, which is much smaller. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I
was just going to say, if I see a boat coming straight at me, I now have one of those big old boat horns, and I'll take my paddle and stick it up in the air, and the paddle's like 6 feet tall, and wave that, and that tends to get attention.
Cool, because, it's kind of scary. We want to go out there. We want to have a good time. We also want to be safe. We want to come back. We want to come back, too, right? Isn't that part of it, going out and then being able to come back? Exactly. All right. I have so much fun doing this show. I hope you on the other side of the microphone enjoy it as much as I do. It's that time, and it won't be long.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riskella. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
From the author of Silent Steps and Haunted, Finding an Explanation for the Unknown, comes a story so chilling it will haunt you for years to come. Krista is a young woman escaping her past, running away from her family, her traumas, and her God, hoping to find a new life in a different town. But when she is forced to make a horrible choice, she comes to realize malevolent entities have controlled the true darkness she has been a part of. That is when her real terror begins. Penitence is disturbing and evocative. It will tear down the walls between what is real and what is nightmare. Penitence is the new novel by the man called the new master of speculative fiction, Ira Robinson. Find it and all of his books at his website, originalworlds.com.
Do you own a laser printer, copier, or a fax? Well then, listen close to this announcement. Laser Technologies has been providing high-quality, frustration-free toner cartridges that are guaranteed not to harm your equipment for over 20 years. Laser Technologies will save you on your supplies with high-quality and fast delivery. Savings up to 50%. Laser Technologies supplies toner, imaging drums, developer, and cartridges for most of the major brands. For a price quote, send an email to service@laser-technologies.com. Include your printer make and model for your part number. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Laser Technologies, providing 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. 561-792-9600.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes. and open 6 days a week. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. 561-793-9992. They're located in Royal Palm Beach. That number, 561-793-9992. Call for your appointment today. 561-793-9992. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, where your pet gets celebrity treatment.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I grabbed my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on when the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper. So fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Yes, it is the Fish Florida Show every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for being part of this and allowing us to share with you. I always learn, always learning something. And I don't pretend to be the professional. I just love talking about fishing. It was such an important part of my life and my family that I kind of like to share that with other people in the hopes that it might help them relieve some of the stress that happens nowadays in our families and enjoy life. It's a way to enjoy life. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And for me, it was always a great experience. Even on days that I didn't catch anything, I still had a better day then than going to work, for example, on my worst day fishing. Right, Pam? Isn't that right?
Yeah, true. When I was a kid, we did the same thing. We would save up and get 50 cents, pedal like 3-4 miles to the little bait shop on Broward Boulevard. I still remember it. Grab 50 cents worth of frozen shrimp and then do another 3-4 miles to go to the Intercoastal.
Yep.
Fish off the side all day, and then bike home. Today they would call my mother or charge her with child neglect.
Yeah, really. It's crazy. It really is. It's disturbing sometimes. But back then, fishing and I were best buds. It was not uncommon to get up on a Saturday morning, have my mom would make me breakfast, and I'd see you later, Mom, and I wouldn't come back until sundown. I'd be somewhere all along. We had so many saltwater canals where I lived. It was very fortunate for me that we had the saltwater canals because personally I wouldn't eat anything out of a freshwater canal. We just got so much contamination. But the saltwater canals back then were relatively clean, and you could catch just about anything that was in the bay. You could catch in the canals. Grouper, snapper, snook. There were a lot of snook in the canals. I even saw porpoises occasionally. We would see a porpoise in the canal. Barracuda, just about anything that was out in the bay you could find in the canals. It was pretty phenomenal.
Yep, we lived on the New River, which was brackish. We even had tarpon come through.
Wow. Well, one of my favorite places was to fish, and still is down in the Keys, because you get down in the Keys, and I don't know what it is about the water down there, but it is so clear. and it is so beautiful.
And by the way, you've got your Keys girl with you, not to interrupt.
And I have my Keys contact now, and
yes, you do.
That is Angelia. That is Angelia Swanson, and she's known as the Florida Salty Girl, right?
Salty Cowgirl.
I'm sorry, the Salty Cowgirl, Florida Salty Girl. Listen to me. Hey, listen, I've been trying to down coffee all morning, and it's starting to catch up to me finally. But now the other part of me is saying, okay, it's time to get rid of it. So I'm trying to do both, and it's not working. How are you doing, my dear?
No worries. I'm doing great, and apologize for being a little late this morning, but the cell signal down here in the islands is not always dependable.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and I'm actually out on the water at the moment. So,
well, you sound good. You're out on the water. You catching anything?
I'm actually just exploring a little backcountry today, and I'm scouting some spots to do some backcountry fishing because that's not normally my thing, and I'm trying to kind of widen my scope a little bit. And, when there's big water, offshore and you can't go offshore fishing, I'll go through withdrawals for a week when we have high winds. And I live actually on the bayside down here in a beautiful, beautiful spot. So I'm trying to hone in on my backcountry skills a little better so I can start guiding back there as well.
Wow. Well,
and I heard you talking about tarpon in the clear water. Oh, my goodness. As I'm exploring these backcountry areas, Scala, the water is absolutely crystal clear.
Wow.
And you can see all of the wildlife under the water. Like, it's just amazing. And right now, yesterday, I actually paddled back into what's called Joe Bay up in the Florida Everglades. It's actually up into the, the protected part of the Everglades, the park. And you can't even take anything back into Joe Bay that has a motor at all. I mean, period.
Wow.
It's all bite poling and wade fishing. But I kayak back in there, and the mullet are spawning.
Oh.
And oh my goodness, I took a video I'm going to have to post for you guys. The mullet are spawning so thick. I bet you I watched millions and millions and millions come by.
Oh,
it was
goodness.
amazing.
That is great to hear. This is something that I miss. I mentioned earlier about saltwater canals. One of the things that we had literally hundreds, if maybe even thousands of, was mullet. When the mullet would run, there would be so thick, I could get on one of the bridges and literally just drop a hook in a line. And there were so many mullet that inevitably one of them would suck that hook in. Not eating it as food. There's just so many of them. It was amazing.
Because they usually won't bite a hook.
Yeah.
These are spawning, and they're tiny. And oh my goodness, if you throw the cast net one time, you will have enough bait fish for the rest of the year. I mean, it's really crazy right now. I don't think I've ever seen them spawn the way they are right now.
Wow, I'd love to see something like that.
There was a current coming out of this inlet, around like a little island, and
They
I
fight
was
the
just
current,
mesmerized.
right?
I was just filming and oohing and eyeing. I could not believe the amount of fish coming through there. It was just amazing.
Well, Pam, it sounds like you have some competition now. We have Angelia is going to be doing kayak
I'm
fishing.
trying to gear up so I can fish with him.
No, that's no competition. I don't mean that in a distractive way, but anybody out there fishing is great. I just 90% of it is the fun of getting out there and going. And if you look at it as competition, then you're always going to be disappointed.
I was teasing
I'm
you.
thrilled when anybody catches a fish. I really am.
I was
Me
teasing
too.
you.
What was really exciting back there is with all of that bait fish spawning, and I mean, it was just packed. I didn't even bring any gear back because I was just sort of doing a little scouting mission. And when I'm in like 2 or 3 foot of water back there, and really skinny water, and when a fish would hit, it was such a violent top strike that it was exciting as heck.
Wow.
I mean, it would make a commotion and noise, and the burst out of the water was just phenomenal. And I'm not even sure what was back there hitting, but I'm going to find out.
Top water. That's the other thing the guys tease me about is I will use a top water long after I should. And to me, top water bite is the bite.
It's exciting as heck, isn't it?
It is. It's thrilling.
I hate to use the word violent, but I mean, it's just kind of it's really it's actually a strike. I mean, it is an attack on that bait fish, and the splash from the water and the attacking fish will even come out of the water, and it's just really fun to watch, really exciting, get your heart racing.
Yeah, it's night and day difference. Night and day between that and like a grouper or a snapper or yellowtail.
Not unlike at all, but I think I'm going to become like Pam and get addicted to that topwater. Because that could be really fun if they hit a topwater lure like they do that bait fish.
Oh, your Spook Junior in, bone and silver. That's one of my favorites.
And I've yet to catch a bone, so that's on my bucket list there.
Pam is I don't want to say exclusively, but her focus is, correct me if I'm wrong, Pam, but her focus is artificial bait. You don't use, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I only use bait when I go offshore.
Mm-hmm.
And even there, I'm jigging. I've caught half my fish on jigs.
Very cool.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because I know that Angelia has helped and even designed herself some rigs. I don't think they're designed for what we've been talking about, but it's along the same line of the subject. You know, she is not only is she a guide, can she take you? You know, Angelia, I want to go out and I want to catch whatever it is. I want to catch a sailfish. I want to catch a marlin, whatever that might be. Not only can she do that for you, she's learning how to, on the days when you can't go out there because the seas are 4 to 6 to 8 feet, you'll be chumming the water. Let me put it that way. She can take you in the backwater. Take you in the backwater when it's like a puddle and enjoy that. And on top of all of that, she takes the time to share her knowledge. So you're not just getting somebody who's going to take you out and say, okay, you know, hook the fish for you and then give you the rod and go, all right, now bring him in. She's going to take you out there and explain to you what's going on. I saw the video of you bringing in, I think it was a wahoo, right? Was it a wahoo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Go watch that, you know, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is an individual who knows how to fish, and not only knows how to fish, but knows how to handle the fish once it's been hooked. Because, you know, not to take away anything from anybody, but if you take a shrimp and you drop it over and there's fish around, inevitably you're going to hook a fish. So it doesn't require that much skill, which is the fun part about fishing, which makes it so attractive to everybody. But then there's a skill. If you're going out for a particular fish, you know, I talked about cobia. My one experience with cobia literally ripped a reel, literally smoked a reel in front of me within a minute or two. That thing was gone. Didn't have the preparation for that, you know. So yes, it's easy to go fishing, but if you're going to go for a particular species or something, you need to be prepared for that. You have somebody like Angelia in there. Not only is she going to guide you there, but she's going to have the equipment that you need. You know, because fishing is exciting, but it's also can be a down. If you go out there and you hook a fish, and you get it close to the boat, and for whatever reason something's not right, and that line snaps. That moment that line snaps, that you realize it's kind of, sort of, in a way, kind of a failure. You fail to bring the fish up out of the water. It's kind of a disappointment. When you have somebody who's prepared for all of that, the odds of that happening, minimal, if that happens at all. That's somebody like Angelia. That's what I like about you. You're open. You know, we talked about this earlier. We're open. We're learning, right? I didn't know you did kayaks. That's cool.
Well, you know, real quick, I know we don't have much time, but what inspired me, actually, and I'd really like to tell some people about it, is the Florida Fish and Wildlife Association, the FWC, or I'm not sure what they call it, but they have a program called your Florida Fish Life List. And it's a really neat program. And it's a list of 71 fish. You have to sign up for it on the FWC site. And it's a really neat program. There's 71 fish that it encourages you to catch in your lifetime. And it's such a wide variety of species that you can't imagine targeting some of them. I mean, nobody has gotten to the 71 yet. They have different marks, like a 3 mark, a 30 mark, a 50 mark, and a 71 mark. There's very few people that have made it to the 50 mark. Nobody's made the whole life list. Well, I signed up for it, and I'm now at the 30 mark. Well, to get any further, I'm going to have to hone my backcountry skills, and I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone to target these other fish. And so that's why I actually signed up for it to motivate me to get out of my comfort zone to try to target these other fish to finish this 71 fish life list, which is really neat. And they're all Florida species because it's done by the Florida
I had never
Wildlife.
heard of that. Pam, have you heard of that?
You have to check it out. And by the way, when you first sign up and join, you have to start with 10 fish, to get logged 10 fish. And it's pretty simple. You have to send in pictures of the species. You have to be holding them correctly if it's a catch and release so that the fish is unharmed. And they send you some really neat little gifts. They keep, tabs on it. You have a little profile, and they send you a T-shirt and a Turvis cup. My Florida my Florida life list. It's really a cute program, and I really enjoy it. Like I said, it pushes you to get out of your comfort zone and to go hunt for different fish. So anybody who hasn't checked that out, please do, because it's a really, really cool program.
Well, I am completely out of time. Angelia, thank you so very much. Pam, thank you so very much. Any parting words, Miss Pam?
Basically, Angelia, how do we get in touch with you?
FloridaSaltyCowgirl.com. You can find me on Facebook at Florida Salty Cowgirl, or you can reach me at 813-610-0078. How about you, Pam?
How about me? I'm Pamela Worth on Instagram. That's the best way to reach me.
All right, ladies. I am all completely out of time. Thank you both. I greatly appreciate it. I wish you a wonderful day. Enjoy it. Talk to you in a week.
Thank you.
Sideline.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until